Oh, hey there. Welcome to the impromptu Saturday stream. Just setting up the background tunes and everything else looks correct. Am I... Oh, I don't have my headphones on, do I? Well, that explains... Oh yeah, plus headphones are connected to the wrong one. All right. Can I hear? Yes, I can hear myself. Welcome to this impromptu Saturday stream. I was sitting here coding and thought to myself, well, holy shit, I should just be talking to myself and a few other people on the internet. And so here we are at the stream. I've been coding more on the update to the modules, made some fancier buttons so that you can turn them on and off, made these buttons bigger, and now I want to work on the item attributes in this view. I need to reset this because every time I change the code, I need to reset it. So I'm going to add those same buttons to here because I decided that these toggles are cool, but the buttons are cooler. And so this style is going to be here as well. Yeah, that's the next step. So that should be fairly simple, especially since I've already done the work here. And so I'm just going to copy those over for the most part. And I have to say, I did some interesting, I did this code. This is the button code for that. And I was thinking, originally I was just copy pasting basically this code. And I thought to myself, well, that, if I'm copy pasting that, I could probably make it more efficient. And so I used delegates at first using the content actions content thing that Jason Storey had introduced me earlier this week. And then I thought to myself, wait, I can make this better. And so I came up with this code. So the button code is basically the same, passes through this current Boolean and sets that, returns its value and sets it. So now each button, I only have to do this. And that is essentially, I think, as skinny as I can make it, because the only differences between each button is this, this, and this. And those are the same. So, yeah, I mean, maybe I wonder, could I do that? Could I do button code item attributes out this object dot show item attributes show item attributes? Does that work? It doesn't work. But out argument is out while parameter is declared as a value. I don't know what that means, but that's okay. That would be the only way I can think of making it even skinnier. And you know, let's be clear, that doesn't need to happen. So I'm going to copy this code. We're going to go to the editor for the window, which doesn't appear to be up somewhere. There is the option to search for it. I forget what the, is it this? Maybe And we're going to look for window, editor window item object. That's the one. All right, so that's the button. The command T to search for that. All right, so on the button, let's view the button. That would make it a little easier to know what we're doing here. We have our on GUI and display header. This is where we're going to put it. I'm actually going to stick it underneath that. So underneath the display header, we're going to put in display buttons. Actually, the other one I use show, and this one I use display. I should just unify those, and we'll put a space after that as well. So I'm going to go show header. I like show more than display, but I don't know. Pepsi versus Coke there, maybe. All right. So what we are looking for is not this object anymore. If we go down to our buttons here, we are doing editor, an editor pref, essentially. So what we're going to do is instead say this with this value, and we're going to get the boolean, get bool there. So that should do the trick. And to make it a little bit easier to see, we're missing one. We're missing one of those. All right, so that should do the trick. Let's see, we'll do it 3 times for label dictionaries and label stats and skills, and then item object display stats and skills. I think that's what we're dictionaries. I think that's what we were calling it, but let's do a quick find 5 matches good and find 5 matches good. Okay, so if we move those, the rest should just work. And that's the whole beauty of it all. I do need to reset this, but it should just work, which is always exciting. And it appears to just work. Now I need to remove these toggles and make them look like this. So we use the bigger label. So, all right, so here we no longer need this, and we're just gonna call this label big, and we no longer need that. So really it's just this. And here we'll go dictionaries, and here we will call this stats and skills. Stats and skills. Let's see. And the other thing is we now don't, we're just gonna do this up here and just do a return. So we're not even gonna show the box if we're not displaying it.